President Vladimir Putin has been the most powerful man in Russia for more than 20 years. In this period, numerous opponents and vehement critics of the Kremlin have died under mysterious circumstances. Let's take a look at some of them. Once Deputy Prime Minister under Boris Yeltsin, Boris Nemtsov was a popular politician and harsh critic of Vladimir Putin. On a cold February night in 2015, Boris Nemtsov was walking across a bridge in Moscow after dining with his Ukrainian girlfriend, when an unknown assailant shot him several times in the back. Nemtsov died almost instantly, but his girlfriend escaped unhurt. In 2018, Pyotr Verzilov, founder of the Russian protest group Pussy Riot, embarrassed the Kremlin by running onto the field during the Football World Cup final in Moscow with 3 other activists to protest police brutality. Later that year, Pyotr Verzilov fell severely ill and was flown to Berlin, where doctors said poisoning was highly plausible. Verzilov eventually recovered, but his allies believed he had been targeted because of his activism. In August 2020, opposition leader Alexei Navalny fell ill on a flight from Siberia to Moscow. The plane made an emergency landing in Omsk. Later, after an international outcry, Navalny was flown to Germany for treatment, where doctors put him into a coma. He recovered over a period of months. His allies claimed he was poisoned with the Soviet-era nerve agent Novichok, and labs in Germany, France and Sweden have confirmed this. While the Kremlin has repeatedly rejected any suggestion that Russia tried to kill Navalny, a Russian agent sent to tail the opposition leader has confessed how the activists' underpants were smeared with the toxin by an intelligence unit from the Russian Federal Security Service, or FSB. Navalny, an anti-corruption campaigner, returned to Russia and was convicted of extremism in August 2023. He has been sentenced to 19 years in prison.
Well, there are lots of other Russians that have been thrown in jail, that have been roughed up because they have expressed opposition to the war in Ukraine. Many other Russians have left the country, either because they faced conscription and the likelihood of battle in Ukraine, or because they were Russians who were not willing to keep quiet and felt that they were unsafe staying inside Russia. We've also seen individuals who were once part of the Russian government or the security apparatus, defectors, if you will, show up in the United States and other countries. The Russians go after them. This is now a regime that does not tolerate dissent at home or abroad. And as a consequence, Putin casts a very wide net when he tries to silence his opponents.
On the 29th of August, Prigozhin was buried in a small private ceremony in St. Petersburg. A black flag bearing the insignia of the Wagner Group hung above the cemetery plot where Prigozhin was laid to rest. Putin did not attend the funeral, and it was closed to outsiders. Much like Prigozhin's life, his end, too, was shrouded in secrecy.